The William Hill Irish Sports Book of the Year has been running for 3 years. We have a very, very successful William Hill Sports Book of the Year in the UK, which is very, very well thought of. So we've decided when we came into Ireland that we would want to follow that example and sponsor the Sports Book of the Year. Book as a sports book was a page turner because it was so well written, and Tommy's very, very honest about his career and everything that's happened in his life. And so from that point of view, the human interest just allied to the sport. Obviously Formula 1 is very much to the fore. Lewis Hamilton across the water, world champion.
I was down there for 2 years in Mexico. I had an apartment, and it was just nuts. Every day there was partying going on somewhere, and I really had to get out. And I knew myself. Well, after my friend shot at me, 5 times I missed, then I decided I better leave. I would come home and tell a story about what I did that day, whether I would tell it to my parents or tell it to my friends. So I always had stories, and some people always said to me, you need to write a book, you need to write a book. So one day I got with Mark Hughes and I said, well, maybe I should write a book and maybe write some of the wrongs that were written about me, and we did. I didn't want it to be miserable and depressing, so I just joked about a lot of stuff that happened, and then towards the end of the book it just didn't seem as funny anymore, so then it got a little serious. So it took me 2 years to finish it off because I just couldn't finish it off properly because it was getting pretty bad. Well, my mother never drove till I was 14. I taught her how to drive. My dad never drove at all, not one day, so I don't know where the talent came from, but when I jumped into a car at Mandela Park and did 25 laps, I just couldn't sleep until I became a race car driver. I'm in Florida and I teach, I do a lot of work up in Ohio, and I got my own company, Crashed and Byrned Driver Development, and it's good. It's been my home for 25 years. I've got kids, I got 4 boys, so I'm pretty busy.
I was already aware of his racing career because I'm a racing journalist, and that's what sort of piqued my interest at the time, because at the time when he was making waves in the junior formula in England, he had a very big reputation. There was 2 guys that everybody was watching. One was Ayrton Senna and one was Tommy Byrne, and everybody thought they're the 2 guys that are really going to make it big time. And so when it didn't really happen for Tommy the way it looked like it was going to, it was obvious it was an interesting story that I knew him by reputation more than anything else. So I was looking forward to working with him, and I knew it would be a sort of colourful sort of book, and it turned out it was, and it was great fun, and it was really nice getting to know him as the book went on as well.